It is that time of the year. Welcome to Namm 2020. This is the third year that I've been doing review of Namm, which is it's pretty cool to see all the new gear and to stay up to date to what are the new offers from all the companies. So let's get to it. Look, this year came with a custom shop type program, just like Pearl offers and other companies, called the Outfitter. So the Outfitter lets you choose the shell, lets you choose the finish, lets you choose the sizes. So it pretty much become a custom shop, US made, but under the Ludwig brand, which is pretty amazing because sometimes you want a particular tom to fit your needs. Now Ludwig offers you that. Aside of that, they made a new version of the Speed King. Those of you who own the classic Speed King, there's a new version coming up, as well as new pedals, new snare offerings, including 8-lug Black Beauty. Black Beauty is a 10-lug for the most part, but now they made an 8-lug. Will be really interesting to see how that look like and sounds like. And also, I'm a super fan of the Breakbeats by Questlove. Now they have a new finish called Sahara World. Pretty neat. It's very similar to a Black Oyster Pearl, but more into the brownish spectrum. So for Ludwig, check out those offerings as usual. Links down in the description. From Gretsch, they always put good stuff. Not long ago, Mike Johnston revealed the Brooklyn Standard. I believe it's a 5x14 snare. Very snappy, and it's just a snare. Just everything that you need from a snare. Nothing special, but I mean it in a good way. A lot of snares have a lot of color and a lot of characteristic, very defined. This one is just a snare, but you make it happen. You can make anything possible with it. It also have a new finish of the micro kit. Now, as you know, if you've been following this channel for a minute, I have played 16-inch kick for maybe the last 5 years or so. So I'm really fan of those kicks, just like the Breakbeats from Ludwig. The Gretsch micro kit is a Brooklyn shells, and now they offer a white marine pearl finish. From Big Firth, they are expanding the double glaze line as well as the pure grid. Right, the pure grid is for those who have sweaty hands. It helps with the grid, and then the double glaze is for those who have drier hands. It helps, keeping the stick in place while playing. They're expanding the line with new models, and also the big deal this year is the remix brushes that were done in collaboration with great percussionist Pete Lockett. They're really good stuff. Check out their Instagram feed. As of yesterday, I saw a video of Benny Greb playing those brushes with Pete Lockett. Pretty cool stuff. Speaking of Benny Greb, Sonar released a new Benny Greb snare. This time is bronze. The promotion looks super cool. I hope you're liking it. Now I have the wooden version and now the bronze version. They're both 5x14. It had double internal muffling that you can engage individually or simultaneously. Really gorgeous drum. From Sabian, now moving up to cymbals. Sabian released new models from the FRX line, including a Chinese and a Splash. I'm very intrigued in the Chinese because we like the sound, or I personally like the sound, but having one that reduces those frequencies might be pretty neat to have, as well as a Splash. If you are able to go to their Instagram channel, they made a press conference going over the details. They also made a 2 flat right, 18-inch, called based on the Roy Haynes flat right that was in collaboration with Chick Corea, and a 21 version flat right in collaboration with Dave Weckl. They both sound amazing. I really want to get my hands in the 21. I think it will complement really good my Sabian setup, so keep an eye on those as well. I believe it's called the Urban Rye and the Royal, right? That's Roy Haynes, the Royal, right? Sabian is also making a custom print on cymbals. I believe they said they're going to be available at the end of the second quarter. So they have different prints, some very colorful, some more subtle, but pretty interesting stuff. What line of cymbals are those? I don't know. I have to do a little more digging into that, but they look pretty neat. So keep an eye on those. And they also released not long ago the HHX Complex, which is an HHX but with more hammering on the bell, keeping that raw bell, similar to what a traditional Siljan A will be, if I'm not mistaken. I heard a good review by Mike Dawson playing those 14 hats, and it sounded like new beats from the 70s. Really, really good stuff. Two interesting changes this year. We had Nico McBrain from Iron Maiden. We all know it. We all know that he was a premier drummer for many years. Later, he made the switch to Sonar, and now he went to British Drum Company. And to my understanding, British Drum Co. is like a revamp of Premier. I don't know exactly all the details that go behind it, but I know it's related to the people that were Premier. So if that feels home like this to him, I bet he's gonna enjoy it. The kid looked outstanding as usual for Nico McBrain. And also we have Stanton Moore jumping to Zildjian. So that is a very interesting thing. He was known for working on Crescent cymbals, and eventually Crescent cymbal merged with Sabian, and he stayed with Sabian for a few years, developing that Crescent line, and now he's with the C brand. So let's see how it goes. Speaking of Zildjian, they discontinued the ZBT line to a new I line, and that will be like an entry-level line of cymbals, which will include effect cymbals with holes, different sizes, brilliant finishes at a very affordable price, most likely for students, but they sound good. They're good content going on YouTube and on Instagram. Check out those cymbals, the I series. As for drum heads, Evans released the UV2, which is the two-ply version of the UV1. They have like a ultraviolet coating on the heads. They're super durable. I was part of the testing phase of the UV1s, and I'm telling you, I played brushes on those. I played several gigs, and nothing. Those heads were like new. So check out the UV2s from Evans. Also from Tama, they are expanding the Club Jam line. They have the Club Jam kit, which is this one right here. I'm in love with that kit. They have the Club Jam Mini, which is the kick and the snare, 12-inch snare. And now they're expanded to the Club Jam Flyer. That's with a 14-inch kick, an 8-inch tom, and a 10-inch floor tom. Really, really small. I'm guessing it's for little kids, but if you have a very tight practice space, I believe that'd be super, super helpful. Also, drums with shallower shells. They're offering new finishes on the Neon Mod, which is a bigger version of this, like 20-inch kick, 12 and 14 floor tom. They offer new finishes like a black Duco. It looks really, really gorgeous. Check them out. As usual, they're expanding the SLP snare lines and SLP finishes on full drum kits. Double Dyna sync pedal. As usual, they're expanding the SLP snare line with a gum snare and a metal snare as well. New finishes on the SLP drum sets, which they're really, really good. Also, they have a Dyna sync, the direct drive pedal. They have a double pedal now and a hi-hat pedal. And the one that really, really impressed me this time was Yamaha. Yamaha make a stage custom hip. I'm guessing it's a cross between the stage custom, which is a really well-known drum set for a working drummer. I see them in lots of clubs here in the city. But it takes a cue from Tama and the shallower shells. They make a 20-inch kick. I have it here, 20-inch kick, 13-inch snare, 10 by 5 and 13 by 8 floor tom. So again, the concept of having shallower shells, like the Tama Club Jam kit and other kits that goes in that route is becoming more and more popular, and Yamaha jumping board with that. They also have a Steve Gadd signature snare. I haven't heard it yet, but it looks outstanding. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to check out my podcast, Drums en Español, the only drumming podcast in Spanish. That's it for this one. Peace.